In 20-something AD, a man called John Hawkins went to the Queen of England and showed her how much he made from one of the first voyages he made to Africa, the enslaving Africans. And the Queen of England became interested at that time, so interested. And then she went to one of our Anglican church parishes and then brought to John Hawkins some well-prepared missionaries. Why I call them well-prepared missionaries? Missionaries that are trained in the art of influencing others to their own way of thinking. You know, and she not only stopped there, she brought a ship codenamed Jesus de Lubeck, and then she instructed John Hawkins to say these things, that when you go to Africa, tell them that you have brought them good news, brought them life, brought them mercy, brought them, salvation, joy, peace, wealth, that a man had gone to heaven to prepare a place for them, a place where they are going to enjoy, a place where they are going to, enjoy every goodies of life, that they don't have to be suffering. And this man has prepared a place for them that they shouldn't worry, and then asked John Hawkins that these people, those who are interested, should follow him to the ship, and John Hawkins came down to Africa, and then the first porter was Sierra Leone, and after they must have finished preaching and presenting the good news from Her Royal Majesty about the man who has gone up to prepare a place, where there are so many mansions, mansions of peace, mansions of wealth, mansions depicting happiness, mansions where the angels sing unending hallelujah, mansions where there is joy, after, painting these wonderful mansions in heaven to them. And he finally told them, anyone that is interested in sharing this goodie should just follow me. And about 300 Sierra Leoneans followed John Hawkins and entered the ship called Jesus de Lubeck. Africans have been enslaved with different guys, these guys. And this time around, they didn't purchase them. They just lured them with deceit, and they entered the ship called Jesus de Lubeck. That signaled or brought about the song I am about to sing to you in Igbo. My Christian brothers sing this song without knowing the evil history behind the song. And what is the song? Bata n'ime ụgbọ ndị ọma, ebe Jizọs na-akpọ ụgbọ ndị ọma, enyi m bata n'ime ụgbọ ndị ọma, ebe Jizọs na-akpọ ụgbọ ndị ọma. What happened in Sierra Leone in 1520-something AD was the beginning of this song, was where this song took its root. Jesus de Lubeck, the ship with which John Hawkins came to Africa. But unknown to these Christian brothers, they are still singing this song as if the song is a symbol of salvation, not knowing that this song is a symbol of slavery, symbol of torture, symbol of dislocation of their brain. And all of us, when we were in that fold, we were singing it with joy, thinking that we are singing song that has brought peace, that has brought, joy, wealth, health, and what have you to us, not knowing that this song is a symbol of our culture, symbol of all that we are facing today in Africa. But right now, in this age of Aquarius, in this age of knowledge, We are here to decode, to wake some people who are still sleeping. We are not going to wake everybody, because some people from sleep, they will just doze off and die, and then transit to the next plane. Maybe when they come back to life again, they may not join that rubbish ship called Jesus the Lube. Thank you.
You are welcome once again to Evangelist Imakalu TV Treasury of Excellent Knowledge. This is part 38 of Cutting the Serpentine Tongue. To start with, what he wrote on the top of the video is Christian Evo song, and he sang the song in Igbo. Bata n'ime ụgbọ ndị ọma, ebe Jesus na-akwụ ụgbọ ndị ọma, meaning in English, come into the boat or into the ship that is being piloted by Jesus Christ. According to him, the song began when some of the Africans were lured into deception of false salvation movements, giving them the hope with the deception that Jesus is preparing a place for his people, and his people are those who should believe in him and follow him. And the man who did this, first of all, who tried to experimented it first, is John Higgins. Then the same man related the same transaction to the Queen of England. Now, since ever then till now, who is this Queen of England? Is Queen of England a Christian? The Queen of England, who is sitting on the wealth of Africans, who form the Commonwealth, exploiting Africans of their mineral resources and human resources. The Queen of England, who has been championing the continual poverty of the continent of Africa by exploitation and keeping the Africans down. The Queen of England, who is the #1 colonizer all over the world, is she a Christian? The answer is no. Because a Christian is someone who lives the life pattern of Jesus Christ. So I am here to expose the misconceptions more and more regarding to this video in relation to the caption of this of the video, Cutting the Serpentine Tongue, which I began from part 1, and this is part 38. So it is all about the misconception of the man who had made this video and the millions of his like in Africa and many other parts of the world. So it is their emotional intelligence. He is not emotionally intelligent. He is not discerning to identify the reality from falsehood in regard to what had played out. First of all, that is Queen of England. It is not Apostle Paul. It is not Apostle Peter. It is not Jesus Christ. It is none of the genuine disciples of Jesus Christ that exploited Africa through that slavery. John Higgins is not a Christian. So I always tell you, these are the members of Illuminati, pirates, buccaneer, occultists. who are colonizers, who disguise themselves as Christians, they began to raise their own pattern of Christian missionaries who should go to Africa to influence the Africans and lure them with deception into self-subjugated slavery. That is exactly what they have done. So the reason I am cutting the serpentine tongue is because the spirit of that serpent is lying through this man. He is not telling the world the truth. He is telling the world what happened to Africa, but what happened to Africa has no business to do with Jesus Christ, the real Jesus Christ. It has no business to do with the real Christianity. It has no business to do with the genuine Christians and genuine Christian disciples. Because the essence of him making this video is to tell our people to forget about Christianity and Jesus Christ. And he said they were lured in with the theory of Jesus Christ is preparing a place for his people, which does not exist according to him. That is another serpentine lie in that video. So Jesus preparing a place for his people is real. It is real. Heaven is real. That place Jesus is preparing for his people is real. But Jesus never intended to exploit Africans. After all of the mineral resources of Africa, human resources of Africa, all of us, we are created by Jesus Christ. How should he exploit us? What is he going to do with all this? Everything God had left on this earth, he had left it for humanity. So Jesus Christ has no business. And the utmost evidence of this is that Jesus Christ, the real Jesus Christ, is not living here on earth, so that nobody will accuse him of exploiting him. Even if he decides to live on earth, the earth belongs to him. And he will not exploit Africa and leave other continents because he is impartial. But the time will come when he will come to take back the whole earth. And he is taking it back by accommodating the righteous into the kingdom which he is going to build. The place he is preparing that will be brought down from heaven to be established on earth after the sinners will have been judged and eliminated. That is called the millennial reign of Jesus Christ. Then to know more about the reality of Jesus preparing a place for his people, go back and listen to my video with the title, The New Heaven and the New Earth. The reality of new heaven, the reality of new heaven and the new earth. The reality of the new heaven and the new earth. That is the title of that video. It is in my platform here. It may not be available on Facebook, but definitely it is available on YouTube. So, John Higgins and Queen of England, we are no Christians. And they never formed Christian missionaries. Rather, what they formed is occultic colonial missionaries who disguise themselves as if they were Christian missionaries. Christianity does not support exploitation against anybody and in favor of anybody. So that is the reason you can see the genuine Christians never participated in colonizing and exploiting Africans. So it is a lie against us. Those people they regard to the Christian missionary were occultic colonizers who disguise themselves as if they were Christian missionaries. So that is the reason Jesus Christ had given us the revelation that after he will leave the earth, that many people will come to forge his identity as being his representatives. And they will be lying to and be misleading many. So the story he's talking about is something that happened maybe 200 years or 100 years ago, thereabout. But Jesus Christ gave the prophecy for over 2,000 years ago. So if it began to happen then, it was not so early. Similar cases had been in existence before then. It had been in existence before then. More evidence of this is why is it that the Europeans are living large if Christianity is evil? Yet they are called the Christian. Something is wrong with Africa and Africans. And the worst problem of Africa is the ignorance. Ignorance. I repeat this almost in every of my videos. Ignorance. Academic ignorance. Many people are graduates, they are still ignorant because they just go through the school to go and learn colonial informations, not from different from the real information they should get to reason properly and to be creative and to be independent in the mind. The greatest independence is intellectual independent, mindset independent, in positivity, not in negativity. So the mind of average African is being shattered, including the graduates, even the political leaders. So that is where the problem lies, first of all. Then we come to Bible illiteracy. Bible illiteracy. That is the reason I am making these teachings, to be educating people, to be knowing the realities from falsehood, to be knowing the truth from lies. Then to be knowing and identifying who is a Christian, how should a Christian live, what is the mission of Christians, then by practice, who is really practicing Christianity? Is it the person supporting evil, or is it the person condemning evil and supporting righteousness? So Christianity is all about condemning evil and supporting righteousness for the well-being of humanity and to maintain peace, equity, justice among the societies. Then the ultimate goal is to lead people into cordial relationship with God so that they will have eternal peace and salvation through God. That is what Christianity is all about. So Christianity is all about reparation of moral damages and preparing people to become good moral agents. So that is, all those things are lies being told to us. Jesus Christ is really conducting the boat or the ship. Come into the boat. That boat is a moving boat. So the boat of Jesus de Lumberg is the colonial boat, but the real boat of salvation is in existence and is being conducted by the real Jesus Christ. So anybody who enters into that boat will definitely have eternal salvation. But those who enter into the boat of Jesus de Lumberg are being deceived and led into ruination. That is the difference. And that is the reason I am in the boat, the real boat, being piloted by the real Jesus Christ, who is not from England or from any country of the Europe continent, but who is from heaven and was born in Israel, he brought the message of salvation to the whole world, the light of the world, Jesus Christ, the Word of God, Christianity in manifestation and in perfect practice through him. That is the light of the world. So, do not continue to listen to the voice of the serpent who do not want to face the reality. To tell the world that those who exploit Africans are rogues. They are members of those serpents. These are human serpents. They are using what is called problem reaction solution. It is the same people, the serpents as spirits and the serpents as humans working together, agents of darkness. They will come and cause chaos. Then they watch how people react to it. And their target is to eliminate Christianity. So they are so desperate to be portraying Christianity as being evil. And that is the reason they are going about counterfeiting different kinds of Christianities that are not the same with the Christianity of Jesus Christ. So the Christianity of Jesus Christ is and will ever remain existent. And those who will dare face the reality of life to believe in it must be saved. These are the people who will be permitted into the boat, into the ship of salvation, being piloted by Jesus Christ. So come into the real boat. May God bless you. So that is the reason Jesus declared the prophecy of the end time in Matthew 24, the Olivet prophecy. And that is the reason I have written it in book to explain intensively for understanding the prophecy, the Olivet prophecy, Matthew 24. So when you type the title of the book, the Olivet prophecy, Matthew 24, if you type it in Amazon, it will appear. When it appears, you type on my name, again, type it correctly. Then the two other books, which are Polygamy and Its Problems, and Lust and Their Problems. You will see these two with the Olivet Prophecy Matthew 24. The three of them are available in Amazon. Then this one is not yet available in Amazon, but with the time, it will also be uploaded with other ones coming later. However, the 4 books are available in my bookshop at Aba, Abia State, Nigeria. And the location of my bookshop at Aba is number 1 Comprehensive Road by Ujobuako Street. So that is where my bookshop is located. God bless you. I'm ending the program.